everything's gonna be alright. And when we get there, I'ma see a pretty, pretty, pretty young thing. I'ma ask her to take my hand, head to the floor, we gon' dance. And when we get there, best believe we're gonna do a two-step. Ain't no drama in here, so don't stress. Step to the right, then side to the left.
Good evening and welcome to the Stephen Knight Show. Hope you're having a great Monday. Can you believe it? Christmas is next week. That is so crazy to me right now. But tonight we are dedicating our show to hot topics, course sports, and movie reviews. We'll also be playing some of our favorite Christmas music, including 2 songs by me this Christmas and a song I wrote last year with my best friend Ty called Merry Christmas to You. And plus other artists will be playing their Christmas music as well. We're talking about hot topics. We're talking about, Offset's been trying to get Cardi B back. It's not really working out. Then find out what a bank did for a single mother who's a nurse. She had $150,000 worth of debt. Guess what they did for her? All that and much more in Hot Topics. I want to remind you, all over social media, Facebook, Twitter, Google+, Instagram, and of course our official website, thestephenknightshow.com. When we come back, Hot Topics, right back after this.
It's that time again, family and friends. Christmas time is here, my favorite time of the year. Laughter all around, people gather round to see each other smile. Because it's Christmas time again, a new year soon will begin. Put all your troubles away. This is the season love will bring. Merry Christmas, season of love. Together as one, it's true. Wishing Merry Christmas to you. Deck the halls with bells, children playing around, but we can't forget the reason for the season. Christ was born that day in Bethlehem, and today he still reigns. Because it's Christmas time again, a new year soon will begin. Put all your troubles away. This is the season love will bring. Merry Christmas, season of love. Together as one, it's true. Wishing Merry Christmas to you. So I'll sing joy to the world. True.
Welcome back to the Stephen A. Show. Miss Parker, how's it going?
Happy Monday. How are you?
I cannot complain. Can you please give us an update on the Stephen A. Show Christmas Kindness giveaway?
Yeah, since I was waiting for you to post about it and you didn't, so I went ahead and did that.
You did. No, you did. But yours was so good. I just retweeted it.
Yeah, because people kept calling and asking if we were doing it on Saturday. We decided to move the date to MLK weekend, Dr. King weekend, which is the weekend of service anyway.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to combine the Stevie Knight Show Christmas giveaway with our service weekend of the Dr. King birthday celebration. And we're going to still go out and hand out care packages. So if you want to donate, we have raised over $1,200 in just 3 weeks.
Yes.
But if you're still interested in helping us out, please log on. There's a link. I'm not sure if the link still works, but you can Cash App myself or Stephen Knight. Reach out to us. We'll get the money from you somehow. And we always do post exactly what we purchased with the money.
Yeah.
We always post items. We always invite people out to be a part of the service that we provide with your donations. So we will be doing that the weekend of the 21st, which is Dr. King, January 21st, Dr. King weekend. We will need help creating the care packages the day before, and then also we'll need help handing those out to our homeless brothers and sisters, kids out there. We're going to get gloves, scarves, anything that they may need as far as hygiene stuff in the care packages. So we're looking forward to it. We do appreciate the fact that you guys have always supported us and that we were able to raise over $1,200 in just 3 weeks. So thank you for everyone who donated.
Most definitely. And I think that's the most we've raised since we've been doing this. So thank you all at home. We really appreciate you, all of our listeners and supporters. So thank you. Ms. Parker, how was your weekend?
You must have had a great weekend according to the Stevie Knight Show question of the day. Mine was pretty restful. I kind of canceled everything I had going on. Just needed to debrief and chill after my Denver trip, and then I just had a whole lot of stuff going on. I felt like I just needed to rest. So
Yeah.
I didn't do much. I went out to and shout out to Finan, and she's a friend of the Stephen Knight Show.
Yeah.
She graduated. She's going to be working in emergency room.
Oh, congratulations.
Emergency room nurse. So her celebration was on Thursday, which is the day I flew back. So I flew back, got some rest, went to the gym, and then I went and celebrated with her. So on Friday and Saturday, I just stayed home. And then on yesterday, my girlfriend had a Christmas get-together at her house in the afternoon, late afternoon. So I went up there around 5 o'clock and stayed for a couple of hours. Just trying to see as many people as I can before I head to the West Coast. I'm always gone the last 2 weeks of the year.
Yeah.
So,
When do you leave?
Tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow. Okay.
So
okay.
I wanted to make sure I saw as many people as possible, and
Yeah.
But it was great. And I'm glad that I got some rest. The weather was horrible.
It was.
So I really wasn't pressed to go out. But how was your weekend? Enough about me.
Well, let's circle back with Chike first. Chike, what's going on?
He's saving the best for last, Ms. Parker.
My weekend wasn't even all that great. It was anyway. Chike, how was your weekend? How was your weekend?
My weekend was okay. It was cool.
That's good.
Nothing too dramatic. Saw a couple movies and getting my ducks in a row because of my feng shui that's happening over the holiday season to start the new year. I'm excited.
That's dope. That's
dope. That's awesome. Have you started, or are you going to start the holiday week?
I have actually, I semi-started. I have things picked out, but they don't come to their new home until that week in between Christmas and New Year. So I will be starting 2019 anew.
That's nice.
Congratulations. That should feel really good.
Yeah, most definitely. Well, the reason why we're laughing about the weekend, before we started, came on air, I was telling them what the question of the day was, which is, how would you describe your past weekend? And Ms. Parker thinks that that's an odd question, so I must have had a great weekend. That's why I brought it up. And really,
because I know you very well. You're excited about something. I don't know if you're going to share or not, but that is the only reason you brought that up.
That is not one. What happened was
weekends we had a weekend every week. You never had that certain thing.
Well, what happened, I was thinking of what's a good question of the day, and I couldn't think of anything. And so for me,
Well, you need to hit me up next time.
and for me, the weekend went by like a blur. Like, it was so fast. And so that's why I want people to describe how their weekend went. But I did have a good weekend.
Well, it didn't go by that fast. I mean, something was going on with you. It went by a blur. It went a blur for me.
Well, so Friday night I did get out, and I did get out. I hit up a few spots here in Atlanta. I didn't get home until 7 a.m. But let me tell you this. The weirdest thing happened to me.
Okay, then it was a blur. You didn't get home to 7 o'clock.
Well, let me tell you. This is the weirdest thing happened to me. And I understand now that apparently cocaine is more prevalent, but I've never seen anyone do cocaine. I'm in the back of this car. We're going to go to, we're leaving this after hours, probably we're going back to someone's home. The driver pulls out this little container, a little spoon, and snorts cocaine. I said, I need to get out this car.
Oh, no.
I need to get out this car. And I Ubered home. I came home. I said, no.
You guys were going somewhere else after 7 a.m.
Well, it was 6 at that point. No, 5 something at that point. But yeah, I was ready to go home. But, you know, I was riding with other people, so whatever. But when that got me to go home.
Well, your question of the day should have been, have you ever seen somebody do cocaine? Because obviously that was the point of that question.
There wasn't. I mean, because even on Saturday, I went to this, shout out to my boy Aaron. He has this ugly sweater Christmas party. That was a lot of fun. So I
saw you looking at food on the gram.
Yeah.
And on Facebook. Did you see what somebody posted on your picture?
What they post?
When they say you look like a cross between.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I saw that. Yeah, look like Lady Liberty and Santa Claus had a baby. Lady Liberty and Santa had a baby or something like that. Yeah. But what happened was, no, I didn't wear that. Yeah. The thing I had on my head, I didn't actually wear that to the party. But this girl had it on, and so I put it on for my picture. But I just had on the sweater, and I had these light bulbs around my neck and all this stuff. But yeah, it was cool. But yeah, and then yesterday, I chilled. I went and got some eating. I chilled. So yeah, it wasn't that crazy weekend. Just that whole cocaine situation was kind of crazy. But anyway,
I want to know what the person that was driving the car, what their weekend was like after they're doing stunts like that.
Right.
You probably do it every weekend.
Yeah, they said, what's the tool? Right. Well, yeah, so that was very interesting. But whatever, to each his own. But answer the question of the day. Tweet us, Stephen SHO, and let us know, how would you describe your weekend? All right. Let's get turn up. The pivot turn up. Let's get into these hot topics. All right, so you all know Cardi B announced a few weeks ago that her and Offset, that they had broken up. They're no longer together, and that they hadn't filed for divorce, but she was going that way. Well, since then, Offset has been going out of his way trying to get her back. He put a video out on Instagram, I believe it was over the weekend, or late last week, where he publicly apologized to her for cheating on her and saying that he wants nothing more for his birthday than to spend it with him and his daughter. He wants to be there for his daughter, watch her grow up, and he that's the love of his life, talking about Cardi B and all that. Well, over the weekend, she was performing at it was Venus E.T. Flair. I'm sorry. She was performing during the Rolling Loud set. Excuse me. Yeah, from the Venus E.T. Flair. No. I'm getting this wrong. She performed at the Rolling Loud set. I'll just say that. Anyway, so he teamed up with her publicist, who's Patience, that's her name, and planned that he would come out on stage. And he had over $15,000 worth of roses, real roses, from the place is called Venus E.T. Flair, which is real popular. But he had 2,000 stem roses that cost $15,000. And he came on stage. He apologized again to her publicly. He wants her back. But it did not work out. She did not want him there. She wanted him gone. She did post a video afterwards saying that she's not trying to embarrass him or whatever, but he needs just to leave her alone. But she always had love for him, whatnot. Do you think it's too late for Offset? Do you think they'll get back together? What are your thoughts on this? Do you think that he's doing too much to get her back, or what would be your advice for Offset at this point?
I'll let Cheesecake take this one because I don't care about Offset or Cardi B. But I will say this. I thought that her video that she released, which I didn't hear all of it, but I thought that the idea behind it was very mature of her, which is something that those two things don't go together. But
right.
The idea that she is being kind to him online because she doesn't want him to be bullied, and that she understands that social media can tear people down. And even though they're not together, she doesn't want him to be in a space where he feels hopeless or dark.
Right.
And that people need to just leave him alone. This is a private situation that they're handling, and she wished that he would keep it private.
Right.
I think that's very mature. That's emotional maturity. So I think that was great that she came out and said that because, over the weekend, Pete Davidson and Kanye kind of tweeted similar things. Well, Pete Davidson was a bit more severe, but Kanye kind of almost saying that they'd rather be dead. It's just, obviously we understand that societies understand a little bit more about mental health and how powerful other people's opinion and social media can play on that.
Right.
So I think that it was a good thing that she's distancing herself from the negative comments towards him and saying, listen, yes, he's cheated on me or whatever, but he still is my child's father, and I still want the best for him. I think that's maturity, emotionally mature, an emotionally mature decision on her part. So big ups to her for that. But as far as them getting back together, not getting back together, I don't know. There's two ratchet people in love. They're gonna do ratchet things. So.
Right. All right, Chike, what are your thoughts?
So I'm an appreciator of people that jump out the window for love. I do appreciate that. I love to see it. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't. There have been iconic moments over the years of people that jumped out the window for love. Everyone can probably remember back to when Ahmad Rashad proposed to Felicia Rashad on air. He jumped out the window in front of everyone to ask his woman to marry him. That was a beautiful moment because she said yes. Everyone was elated. Then there's Robin Thicke, who broke up with Paula Patton, and he created this whole album and named it Paula because he wanted to get her back. It didn't work.
That's true.
Now we have Offset and Cardi B.
Well, it seems like Offset don't really have a chance then, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
So, I'm about to say, you go above and beyond and still say, no, I don't have time for that.
Right.
I mean, what do you do with that? I mean, you gotta take the no and you gotta rock with that. And she said no publicly. Like it's not, she didn't say it to you privately. It was no publicly. So
yeah, well, they said the embarrassment was public, so should the apology.
Right, exactly. So any move forward at this point, like he's asking for it. She's trying to be nice. She said it. She's trying to be nice. She said no. He needs to, lick his wounds and go in the corner or something.
And
be a father to the kid.
And I am proud of the way she's handled it because even when she announced that they broke up, she said that, she announced very positive. She said that, it's no one's fault. She didn't even say why they broke up. She says no one's fault.
Yeah.
It just hadn't been working for a while. And I always have love for him. That's my child's father. So I think she's really handled it very well, considering what's probably going on behind closed doors, probably going off, cussing him out. But I think publicly she's doing a great job with that. You know what I mean? But anyway, wish them both the best. All right, so Carlton Banks, Alfonso Ribeiro, is that how you pronounce his last name? So there's this game called Fortnite, and it's a pop culture influenced dance game. And so they were sued by Millie, earlier this month for jacking the Millie Rock dance. And so now in January of this year, they incorporated, that the Carlton Banks dance used to do.
Yeah.
They started doing that. Yeah. And they have it as an option on the team, calling it the fresh emote. That's what the dance is called. So Alfonso is now suing the game as well. He's lawyered up with David Hetch of Pierce and Bainbridge, Beck Price, Hetch LLP, and they are suing, saying that the game the company that's over the game is called Epic Games. They have not reached out to him at all, or even offered any conversation, and they're, taking his likeness and using it because they're very successful. They're one of the biggest games that people download and play. Do you think that they have a case here?
I don't even think I understand what's going on. Nothing about the video games.
So the dance that he used to do on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? That dance he used to do?
Uh-huh.
Did they call it the Carlton Banks? Well, this game has incorporated that dance as an option that they can play it. They can use that image of him dancing.
Like if they win or whatever?
Or whatever, yeah. They can use it on the game.
Yeah.
And now he's suing because he created that, and he didn't get compensated. And they're making a lot of money.
Well, anyways, Carlton's a little broke anyway. So why don't the games just go ahead and just break him off a few dollars for every time the dance. You know how when they play your music, no matter how old your music is, you get a couple of cents.
Mm-hmm.
Do that, and let him get his change.
Right.
Carton, I ain't seen Carton on a lot of things lately. And it's been he probably need his money.
Right. Yeah.
I don't blame him.
Yeah.
However you can.
What you thought, Shiga?
I have to help out the people from Fortnite. I'm a little older than you guys. So back in the day, we used to call that dance the Valley Boy or the Valley Girl. And if you need a point of reference, Fortnite, please look at Bruce Springsteen's video, the very first time you ever see Courtney Cox ever, and they pull her up on stage, and she starts doing that dance with Bruce Springsteen on stage. He did not originate that dance. He started doing it because...
Back in the day, we
talking about? It's back in the day, Miss Parker.
I'm trying to find out how far back in the day.
We're going to leave it at that. No. But, yeah, that dance was around before him. So what are the years of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
The 90s. They were in the 90s.
Okay, no. We're going back to the 80s. We're going back to the 80s.
Well, if it was back then and they can prove and show a video of somebody else doing it, then he don't have a case.
I'm telling you, point of reference, if you want a point of reference, please. I think the song's called Dancing in the Dark, Bruce Springsteen. It's a live video, and Courtney Cox gets pulled up on stage when she's really young, and she starts doing that dance on stage with him.
Okay. Well, we'll see.
The song is called what?
What's the song
called?
What'd
you say, Ms. Parker?
What's the song called?
The song Dancing in the Dark. I think that's what the song is, Bruce Springsteen.
Okay. All right. Well, Epic Games has not commented so far on this, so we'll see how it plays out. All right. So the debate over King of R&B is not going away. Everyone's coming out to what works and who is the King of R&B. If you remember Jocks, whatever his name is, he declared himself the king. Jacquees. He declared himself the king of R&B, which responded in Tank, Chris Brown, Trey Songz, Keith Sweat, R. Kelly. He made a comment. He laughed it off. But he didn't make it like a big statement. But I'm saying everyone's responded to it as a result. Now Bobby V made a video when it all happened, and he suggested that all of the R&B artists get together and do a tour. He said, but no one supports each other like that. This is what we should be doing, coming together and supporting each other. Well, now The Dream, who has now changed his Twitter name to The King Dream, he used to be The Dream, the King Dream. He tweeted, actually, we all need to give the world back this gift we have and do a King's tour. I have no ego. Most of you know that already. I'll open, no problems. He's saying he'll be the opener. Also, do some inner city music with kids. Just saying. He also tagged Chris Brown, Usher, R. Kelly, Bryson Tiller, Tank, and her. So saying that we should do this tour together, come together, and bring R&B music back and give the fans what they want. What do y'all think on doing a joint tour? Do you think that it would work out? Do you think there'd be egos? What are your thoughts?
It's going to be some egos because, first of all, Tank and and Tyrese couldn't even make it in a group with 3 people.
That's true. That's true.
without the Eagles coming to play.
Yeah.
And not a day go by where Tyrese or Tank don't post something stroking their own ego on Facebook, Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
So no, I think it's a great. It sounds good, but I don't think it's going to work because look, the fools who are claiming that they're the kings. One album is people may know 2 songs.
Jay Holiday.
How you king of something?
Yeah.
So my friend Kayla was like, "Listen, I'm not even gonna lie to you." She said, "I know, and I like Tank." She said, "I know one Tank song, I Deserve." She said, "How he gonna?" And most people don't know him like that.
Yeah.
He's not an artist where if you're not a fan of his, that you're gonna be like, oh, I know 3 or 4 songs. I recently learned like 3 of his songs because of Todd. No one listens to him like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it sounds good, and I would like that. But why he put her in there? Her as a girl.
Yeah, I didn't understand that either. Yep, he sure did.
I was like, did I miss something?
Right.
But I think it sounds good. But I just don't think it's a good idea. And I don't think Bobby V even has like a say in any of it. Just because I think he was like more of a at the moment. No, he's cool, whatever. It's not personal. He was more like at that moment. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know how these groups come out and like this, or singers come out and it's just that moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I think. It was just wasn't anything that was like long lasting for him to be considering the conversation. But I don't think that should include him for being on tour. I think all of the older R&B artists probably should get together, but I just don't think it'll work. Like I said, Tyrese and Tank couldn't even last in the group past album number 2.
Well, Genuine, so right? What do you think, Chike?
But first, like Genuine and Tyrese were doing a battle. Remember?
Yeah, they sure were on stage.
They were supposed to perform together, but they were trying to out-sing each other. It was an equal thing.
They said, "Shoot, I'm sure the king R&B." What do you thought, Chike?
Remember the Best of Both Worlds, R. Kelly and Jay-Z?
Jay-Z.
Remember that project?
Yep.
Okay. And they started out, they had maybe a few tour dates, and then it all went to hell.
Yep.
I think it would be pretty much like that. I think it's a good idea, it's a good concept, and it probably would start out strong, but I think that it would fizz maybe after the third city. Like, they would get on each other's nerves.
Yeah, I think so too.
And I think part of it is... Go ahead.
I know for a fact that the whole New Edition crew, the only reason they're not all singing together is because they can't even get along.
Yeah, they don't get along.
Group, right? That's one group can't even come back together. And secondly, there's a lot of these. I go to a lot of the old school R&B.
Right.
There's a lot of whispers about them fighting about who's going to be the opener.
Right.
You still and at those groups, because they're older groups, they all get paid the same. You all still get the same check. But it's an ego thing. Well, we're going to be the closing act or whatever. Or the check's difference ain't that much of a difference for you to be acting a fool.
That's true.
So I don't know.
All of that going on. And nobody mentioned Uncle Charlie. Uncle Charlie outperforming all of them.
Sure is. He's still killing
by
it.
himself too. He don't got no opener, no closer. He come on stage, he open, close, and be in the middle. Okay?
And stay booked.
Yes.
And stay booked. Stay
No
booked.
opener, no closer. Uncle Charlie did the whole show by himself and stay booked.
Right. Well, look, let's take a quick break and come back with more hot topics right back after this.
Where on the beat is too flexing. If you taste my banana, you not go home. If you taste my banana, you not go home. My baby banana, baby, you not go home. My baby banana, baby, you not go home. If you taste my banana, you not go home. If you taste my banana, you not go home. Oh my baby, my African lady, oh baby, she's my lady, my beautiful baby, oh baby. Oh my lady, my African baby, oh baby, she's my lady, my fun sweetie, oh sweet baby. See I get the banana, a sweet banana. I get the banana, my big banana. You will like my banana, titi, sweetie banana. Oh my baby, fun baby, oh eh. Oh my baby, my sweetie baby, oh eh. Oh my baby, my fun baby, oh. So I say, I will give it to you, sucker, sucker. I say sucker, I will give it to you, my sucker, so you will take it, sucker. If you taste my banana. my banana, you not go home. My baby banana, baby, you not go home. My baby banana, baby, you not go home.
On the beat is Too Flexing.
The mistletoe, I'm gonna get to know you better this Christmas, and as we trim the tree, how much fun it's gonna be together this Christmas. The fireside is blazing bright, we're caroling through the night. And cards are here. My world is full of cheer in you this Christmas. And as I look around, your eyes outshine the town. They do, yeah. This Christmas, the fireside is blazing bright. We're caroling through the night.
Hey, yo, peace, world. It's the Love King of R&B, Raheem Devon, and you're listening to the Stephen Knight Show. Keep it locked right here. Love life.
Welcome back to the Stephen Knight Show. I want to remind you all over social media, Facebook, Twitter, Google+, Instagram, and, of course, our official website, theStephenKnightShow.com. You can also find us on iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts. Just go to our website. Also, you can also order our T-shirts on our website as well. All right. So, Nicki Minaj, so she's been dating this guy recently, or people are speculating that she was dating this guy, and apparently he has a sketchy past. Now, Nicki did release a statement about it. She said that, because apparently he raped someone or all that kind of stuff. She wrote, he was 15, she was 16, in a relationship, but go off internet. Y'all can't run my life. Y'all can't even run your own life. Thank you, boo. But apparently there's been more information that that talks about what happened to her boyfriend. His name is Kenneth Petty. It was a 1994 rape case. So the female victim said on September 16, 1994, in Queens, New York, she was walking down the street and Petty came behind her and placed a hard circular object against her back, making a clicking sound. She believed it was a gun. The two walked to an address down the street, and she claims that Petty forced her upstairs into his bedroom by pushing her from behind with what she believed was a handgun. Once they got in the room, the victim claimed that he laid his weight on top of her, punched her sides, squeezed her neck, causing her sustain bruises and pain, and then he raped her. The victim claims that she tried to escape, but Petty brandished a knife and held it against her stomach and telling her she couldn't leave. The victim claimed that she eventually struck Petty with a plastic bottle and escaped. She reported the incident to the police the same day, and they responded to Petty's home and arrested him. He asked what was he being arrested for. He said that he didn't do anything. Then when the girl brought up Petty, he told her that he had seen her at the bus stop and had a conversation with her, and then he went home and fell asleep. But he also said they did have sex before. Now the court filed against him that said that he was charged with 5 crimes. Rape in the first degree, sexual abuse in the first degree, unlawful imprisonment in the second degree, assault in the second degree, and criminal possession of a weapon in the fourth degree. He later pled down and was convicted of attempted rape in the first degree and served 4 years in prison. So, that's the story based on the police report.
That's a lot of information to retain.
Now, do you think that... Do you have a problem with her dating him? Now, mind you, this is 1994. Do you see anything wrong with her dating him now that he's an older man? Gone on with his life. What are your thoughts on it? Do you think that she should be attacked for dating him?
The only problem I have with this story is why Nicki Minaj felt like it was okay that she needed to post her relationship on Instagram, and she was overly it was on every time I scroll down Instagram, it was a post of her.
Yeah,
I was not even on her page. People were reposting.
Mm-hmm.
And why does she turn her comments off? Now, everything else is her private decision, her private life. I don't care.
Right.
But why, if you're bothered by what people are saying and you knew he had a past, why did you keep your comments on?
Mm-hmm.
Why did you post it?
Yeah. What are your thoughts, Chica?
My thing is, if she's grown and that's what she wants to do, and she made that decision, you had to know, being in this business, what was going to come after. She should have just been Hillary Clinton about it. Hold your ground. Walk with your head up. Be proud of what your decision is.
Yeah. It seemed like she's going out her way to prove, oh, well, I'm still dating him, instead of just ignoring it. That's your relationship. You're grown. Do what you want to do. I don't think you have to. I wouldn't even made a comment about it. I wouldn't be flaunting pictures with us all over the internet. I would just be living my life. But I think some of these celebrities, they get caught up in having to prove themselves about things that are not really important. That it shouldn't be important to anybody else. You know what I mean?
And why does everything need to be addressed?
Prove yourself to who? The girl that's getting up at 6 a.m. to be at her 7 a.m.
Right.
job. You know what I mean? Not that anything's wrong with it, but it's like, who are these people?
Right.
There's nobody.
Listen to me. Right.
So I just don't get celebrities. Honestly, I don't understand why celebrities keep their comments on. That will forever baffle me.
Yeah, you always say that. Yeah.
I was a celebrity. I would never have my comments on. You have one choice: scroll past my picture or like it.
This is 2 choices you got. All right.
That's it. Scroll past my pictures because you don't like it. Keep it moving, or you're gonna like it. Hit the like button. But you're not gonna have a platform to leave your opinion.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Well, Kanye West is back on his Twitter tirade vibe, lashing out on a lengthy series of tweets about how upset he is with Drake for sending subliminal his way on Travis Scott's Sicko Mode and texting his mother-in-law. Seriously. All right, now Kanye he's going after Ariana Grande for daring to reference his situation while promoting her new single that dropped the same night he had so much to say about Drake. So she tweeted, because, Drake, I guess Kanye was going off on Drake on Twitter, and she tweeted, "Guys, I know there are grown men arguing online right now, but Molly and I dropping our beautiful new songs tonight. So if you could please just behave for just a few hours so that the girls can shine, that would be so sick. Thank you. Of course, Kanye replied. He said, I know Ariana said this to be cool and didn't mean no harm, but I don't like even slightest level of slight commentary from someone I know loves or respects me. People will no longer take mental health for a joke. Drake verbally attacked Cudi when he was in the hospital and went at me after TMZ because I decided to release an album in June. It snowballed and he refused to meet with me, but texted my mother-in-law and did a sneak diss on people's records that I consider family. Ariana, she responded. She said, with all due respect, I don't need to use anyone to promote anything, period. I'm making a comment about what men were doing at the time versus what women. It was a joke, which I understand now was probably insensitive. I apologize if I was in any way triggering, and I hope you feel well today. So she let it go. Oh, Pete Davidson, he commented. He said, last thing, stop weaponizing mental health, everyone. Well, of course, Kanye did not stop. He said, no one would ever choose to end up in a mental hospital and diagnosed with a mental disorder, but God chose me to publicly go through this journey, and it is beautiful. I am able to experience firsthand how people who have mental health issues get written off by society. Don't listen to him because he's crazy. He's washed because he's crazy, etc. I've been trying to do a serious interview speaking about mental health, but it seems that all the members of the press are afraid to speak to someone who has been diagnosed, but is still everyone's favorite superhero. People said my career was over after TMZ. I need to show the world that we so-called crazy people will not be written off. We have to see and feel how happy I am and how strong my family is. We're even stronger because of this through love and the grace of God. I'm loving the new music I've been working on. 6 months off meds. I can feel me again. Remember when
he needs to get on his meds.
Right. Remember when Dark Fantasy came out, I used to tweet a storm also. I love that we are whatever. Pretty much he's loved that they're having this conversation about mental health. Gucci Mane and Quavo have a song, Bipolar. This is so good for our culture. What are your thoughts?
I mean, I just think it's obvious he hasn't been on his man, and if he's trying to be a champion for mental health, the best thing he can do is be well.
Yeah.
And and show people that there are steps you can take to be well. What he's doing now is irrational, and people are draining.
Yeah.
It's just draining.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So when it gets draining, people are going to cut you off because they got to move on with their lives, and they got to find a way to be well themselves and not have to deal with stress. So that's why now when he talks, everyone's just like, oh, there he goes again.
Here it goes
like,
again. Mm-hmm.
It's nothing because it doesn't go anywhere. It's not constructive, right?
Right.
So the best thing to do to help mental health is to be well, and he's choosing not to.
Right. That's true. Chica?
I mean, I don't understand. Is he trying to angle himself to be the poster child for mental health? Is that where he's going with this?
No, but he's saying that he hasn't taken his pills. He hasn't taken his pills in 6 months.
Yeah, no, you can't do that. No, you can't do that. You got to be on your meds. You have to be exemplary. Yeah.
And he's not. It's not being a good role model for people out there with mental health by promoting the fact he's not taking his meds and now he feels like his own self.
Exactly.
Again. You don't feel like your own self.
Hey, I challenge everyone to just don't respond to all of his stuff. So he just looks like a ranting fool.
I agree.
Because no one will respond. No one will respond to Kanye. Just let him go off on tangents and just be out there all alone by himself.
I agree. Okay, our last story, something positive. So Jasmine Ford, she's a single mother and a nurse. She pretty much put herself through school. She had no support with her family, and so she took out loans, about $150,000 in loans to pay for her food, her rent, school, etc. She has a 2-year-old son. So she was asked to do this documentary about student loan debt. The documentary was held by Fifth Third Bank. They sponsored it. And so she thought they were coming back to her house to shoot another, I guess another day of shooting for the documentary, and they surprised her by paying off $150,000 of the loans. They cleared the whole loans. Next year, they plan on doing 2 more people. The bank will pay off loans up to $39,000 for 2 users at Fifth Third Monument. The bank's student loan initiative that rounds up a customer's debit card purchases and applies it to their student loan balance. Can you imagine? The woman just said it changed her life. She said because she was working 2 jobs a day, almost every day, not really spending time with her son, but trying to do whatever she could to pay off this debt. And she didn't think she ever would be able to unless something drastic changed in her life. And then she's asked to do this documentary, and they surprised her by paying it off. And she plans on paying it forward with her patients. Now that she can really focus more and she doesn't have to grind as hard as she was, but she's going to pay it forward and be a blessing to someone else. Shout out to Fifth Third Bank. What are your thoughts, Ms. Parker?
I mean, I definitely think it's a great thing. I just don't, I struggle with this whole idea that everyone in society pushes that, education, formal education is the only way for everyone. I don't think it is, because I think a lot of people end up in debt and never really pursuing what their purpose is. So I'm just be mindful of that. But I think it's great.
Yeah.
Best of luck to her, and that was her blessing coming her way.
Most definitely. Chico?
God is awesome.
God is awesome. God is awesome. Well, next Tuesday is Christmas. Miss Parker, you'll be in the West Coast. Are you excited? What are your thoughts?
What's your thoughts? Yes, I'm excited. Yes.
I'll be in Virginia. I'll be in Virginia for Christmas. Chike, where will you be?
Give your family my love and kiss the girls.
I will be in my new home, my feng shui home.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Thank you.
Well, listen, Chike, I know I'll see you in movie reviews, but Miss Parker, Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. I love you. I know I'll talk to you, but safe travels tomorrow. And Chike, same to you, but I'll talk to you in movie reviews.
Happy holidays, Miss Parker.
Merry Christmas. Love you guys. Talk to you soon.
All right. Right back after this.
She likes to read books on philosophy. She only eats at small cafes. She questions every single part of me. She makes me better every day. It's not the way she styles her hair or the designer clothes she wears. Her silhouette's one of a kind, but most of all, she's got a beautiful mind. She's got a beautiful mind. She's got a beautiful mind. So many girls I see are wild and lovable, but I'm looking for my queen, my Claire Huxtable. The black American dream, it sounds so wonderful. The only thing I need, my Claire Huxtable. My Claire, my Claire Huxtable. My Claire, my Claire Huxtable. We'll be in a brownstone and BK, listen to Stevie and Coltrane. I know that she out there for me. Oh yeah, have us a few kids one day, a couple of Lisa, a Bonays. I know that she out there for me. Oh yeah, so many girls I see are wild and lovable, but I'm looking for my queen, my Claire Huxtable. The black American dream sounds so wonderful. Only thing I need, my Claire Huxtable. Claire Huxtable, my Claire, my Claire Huxtable, my Claire, my Claire Huxtable, my Claire, my Claire Huxtable. Be in a brownstone and BK, listen to
see are wild and lovable. But I'm looking for my queen, my Claire Huxtable. The black American dream sounds so wonderful. Only thing I need, my Claire Huxtable.
Oh, holy night, the stars are brightly shining. It is the night of our dear Savior's birth. Long lay the world in sin and error pining, till he appeared and the soul felt its worth. A thrill of hope, the weary world rejoices, for yonder breaks a new and glorious morn. Fall on your knees, oh, hear the angel voices all night divine, all night when Christ was born. All night divine, all night divine. Truly he taught us to love one another. His law is love, and his gospel is peace. Chains shall he break, for the slave is a brother, and in his name all oppression shall cease. Sweet hymns of joy in grateful chorus raise we, let all within us praise his holy name. Fall on your knees, oh, hear the angel voices all night divine, all night when Christ was born. All night divine, all night divine. Wine,
All right, what's going on, y'all? This is Ricardo Grim haunting the airwaves right now. You listening to the Stephen Knight Show. Hey, don't go to sleep without saying your prayer.
Welcome back to the Stephen Knight Show. Adam, how's it going?
It's going well, Stephen. How are you?
Cannot complain. Christmas is around the corner. Are you ready?
I am not ready, but I will be.
Yeah, no choice, I guess, huh?
Yeah, I got a lot of shopping to do still. So.
Yeah, I do too. I'm always a last minute shopper, but you know it is what it is. All right.
Yeah.
What you about to say?
I said, yeah. I'm usually on top of it, but this year it's gone so fast. I feel like, we just had Thanksgiving.
Exactly. This year flew by. This year flew by, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I'll let you and Chike take it away with movie reviews.
Sure thing. So I'll start off, and I saw Roma, and this is a movie that actually was premiered in a limited release, and then Netflix bought the distribution rights to this film. So it's a Netflix movie, which means you can watch it right now. It came out last Friday, and it's directed by Alfonso Cuarón, who is famous for doing Gravity, Children of Man, the third Harry Potter movie. And it follows the story of this live-in housemaid for this middle-class family in Mexico City in the Roma neighborhood. And it goes through the story, I would say, about a year of her life and their life and the ups and downs of it. It's filmed entirely in black and white, and it takes place in the early 70s, 1970 to 1971. And it really gives you a good view. This is definitely one that it's not for everyone, but if you're looking for a good movie, a good, I don't want to say art house film because it's a major picture. It is all in Spanish, so there are subtitles, but it really gives you a taste of life for this family and for this woman in the early 70s in Mexico City. And the shots linger, you get a lot of stuff in the background. This movie I actually wish I did see on a theater screen because there's so much going on in the background of each scene that you miss it on the smaller screen. But overall, it was really good. I don't know if it's my favorite movie of the year. It's already getting a lot of critics awards for Best Picture, but definitely it's going to be in the running, and it's highly recommended. And again, there's not really a main plot. It's just one of those slice of life films, but you really get a lot of emotion from the characters and their story. So highly recommend.
Cool. Do you think any award buzz will come from this?
Yeah, besides Best Picture, I think they'll get, and I don't know how Academy does it, but it'll be nominated for probably Best Foreign Language Film. It might also give Picture nomination, but it's hard to tell since it is a film in Mexico from a Mexican director and everything like that with the subtitles. But yeah, it'll definitely get a nomination. I think the main actress did a really good job. She's a first-time actress, and so, the critics love when a first-timer does a really good job. So she'll get a nomination. I don't know if she'll win anything, but and then Alfonso Cuarón will probably get another director nod for this.
Nice. So I saw two films, but I guess firstly I want to discuss Escape at Dannemora, which is now showing on Showtime, which is a new miniseries for Showtime. I think they're 5 parts in up until now, and they air every Sunday, which stars Patricia Arquette, Benicio del Toro, and Paul Dano. And shout out to my friend Dominic Colon, who had a feature in this. Check it out. It's directed by Ben Stiller. It's based on true events about these 2 men that escaped from Dannemora prison with the help of a female worker in the prison. It's awesome. Patricia Arquette, you don't even really recognize her in this film. She's doing an awesome, awesome, awesome job. Everybody does an awesome job. And I I'm in awe that Ben Stiller directed this because we're so used to him being the funny dude. This is no funny business here. This is serious business. Check it out. Showtime. I think it comes on at 10 o'clock on Sundays. Miniseries. Check it out. So the first film that I saw is called If Beale Street Could Talk, and this is an adaptation of James Baldwin's novel. It takes place in 1970s Harlem, and it's about a young couple in love who's struggling and trying to plan a life together, and there's an unexpected pregnancy. And if anyone knows anything about the time frame of the 70s, especially in the African-American culture, having a baby out of wedlock is very, very taboo. And, of course, abortion isn't illegal back then. And along with that, the soon-to-be groom is arrested for a crime that he didn't commit. So there's a whole bunch of drama going on around this couple and how it affects them and the people around them and their families. This stars Stephen James. You may know him from the new series on Amazon Prime, Homecoming with Julia Roberts. Regina King, we all know Regina King. And the new actress, Kiki Lane. Brian Tyree Henry, we all know him from the series Atlanta. Paperboy, that's who he plays on Atlanta. And Dave Franco, we all know him as James Franco's little brother. This film is awesome. I can't explain to you how impactful the drama is. The acting is superb. Cinematography is superb. The storyline, you can't go any wrong with that. It's James Baldwin. And it is directed by Barry Jenkins, and we all know from Moonlight. Check it out. It's going to be one of the contenders at the Oscars this year. You heard it here first. So my second film is Aquaman. So because I'm an Amazon Prime member, we got a week early screening of Aquaman. Aquaman stars Jason Momoa as Aquaman. Nicole Kidman plays the Atlantis Queen. She plays his mother. William Dafoe, and then Amber Heard is his love interest, which also has Patrick Wilson and Yahya Abdul-Mateen, who plays Black Manta. And you will know him from the Luke Cage series. He played in that. So we all know the story of DC's Aquaman. He's the king of the seas. He's a superhero. We've seen him in the Justice League movie. That was his introduction. I will say this. The movie is a family movie. Everyone can go see it. Everyone probably will enjoy it. But I think I've gone on record as saying that I am not that type of hero story fan. I don't want to see a family movie. I personally like dark. I like the Dark Knight series. I like my heroes to be very serious. With that being said, I enjoyed the movie. There was a lot of action. The storyline was pretty good. But, of course, it had its comedic moments. It was family friendly. So the whole family can go out over the holiday season and see this movie. There were a few things about the movie that made my hair stand up just a little bit. There was a lot of bigotry as far as I see in this movie. They kept referring to Aquaman as the half-breed in this movie, and there was a lot of separation according to class and, I guess the ethnic purity in this movie. And, for this to be a family movie and children are going to experience this, there was a lot of bigotry happening. I don't get it. I don't understand, with the culture that's going on in our country right now. I just think that different messages should be put out to the masses. Just my opinion. I'm just saying. But overall, it's a good day out for the movie with the family.
Interesting.
Okay.
Interesting.
So, it's interesting. I haven't seen the movie yet. I don't know if I will, but, with the things you notice like that, I notice sometimes movies are just kind of dated. Like they wrote the script in the
Right.
90s and they didn't update it at all. And then you see the same things that look, like you said, bigotry or weird, that you would always see like in the 90s or the 80s in movies like that. And it's just like, well, did they come up with this movie now? Is it something like that, or is it something that they're just trying to be on the nose and they're trying to be a little overt about it to kind of be edgy?
Okay, I will say that there is a fight for inclusion because they want Aquaman to be the king of Atlantis, but Atlantis doesn't want him because, well, the current king or the current pending king of Atlantis doesn't want him because he's his half brother. He doesn't want him because he's half breed. What right does he have to rule Atlantis because he's half breed? He's not full. And then there's a reference to the higher born, they don't go to the ocean floor because they're higher born. It's just a lot of that type of stuff in the movie. It just rubbed me the wrong way. Being ethnic myself, it's like I didn't feel included. And then to top it all off, and I have to admit, I was a fan as a kid, and I always knew Manta was black, but it just so happens that the black guy and the villain in this movie just happens to be African American, and he's black, and the character is Black Manta. So I don't know. It's that old black is bad, light is better. Yeah, it's me. Maybe it's me. Maybe you'll feel different when you go see the film. But I just saw this like hints of bigotry and separation in this movie. Okay. And I guess I have a bigger issue with it because it is a family movie, and you could tell by the script and how it flows that they want you to bring the family out to see this. So I'm looking and feeling like, okay, you have little kids going to the theater and they love Aquaman and they love, Superman, Batman, the Wonder Woman. They love the Justice League. They love the whole crew. This is Aquaman's story. So what are they experiencing when they hear this? And there's a scene in the movie where Aquaman is battling, and they do like the whole leaderboard, like they have his opponent and then his stats. Aquaman doesn't even get a name. They call him half-breed, and then his stats are like 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. It's just, I don't know. You tell me, Adam, after you watch it, you tell me what you think.
Well, after that endorsement, I don't know if I want to watch it.
Exactly.
You're not really convincing me.
I don't know. I just felt, I had to ask, the people that I went with, is it me? And they were like, no, it's not you. We're seeing this too. So I don't know.
So maybe take the kids to see the Grinch or something else.
Yeah.
Well, you know they're going to go see Aquaman. I'm just trying to tell you what it's hitting for before you get to the theater.
Yeah. Okay, that's true.
All right.
And I really think that people that are ethnic probably will notice it more and quicker and have some kind of reserve about it. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
How about you guys reach out to me? At Absolutely Chike. After you watch the movie, reach out to me and tell me your thoughts. Let me know how you feel about Aquaman, if you got the same level of bigotry that I got out of it.
Yeah. I'll be curious to hear what you have to say.
Hashtag Chike is crazy or hashtag Chike is right. Either option works.
What is coming down the pipeline? I'm sorry.
Oh, no worries. There's a lot of things. This is kind of the Christmas week for the kids. So if you don't want to see Aquaman, there's Bumblebee, there's Mary Poppins Returns, and then I want to see They Shall Not Grow Old. It's a World War I documentary done by Peter Jackson, celebrating the 100th year anniversary of the end of the war, and he took all this old footage and colorized it and kind of gave it an HD treatment and gave you kind of a real perspective. And a lot of people say it's a good movie or a documentary just because of the fact that, we watch those little tiny movies or even like World War II footage, you feel separated from the people. You don't feel like they're real. You feel like you're watching footage. And they say he does such a good job that, you can kind of, you feel for these people and you can relate to them and you can get kind of that foundation that, they were people that fought 100 years ago for this war. So that's top of my list. you know, I might see Mary Poppins Returns. You know, who knows if it's going to be good or not, but it looks fun.
Okay.
In the theater, I can't say that I'm really looking for too much. I know I mentioned last week that I couldn't remember the name last week of that Sandra Bullock movie that's coming on Netflix that I'm really interested in. It comes out December 26th, and it's called Bird Box. And definitely check that out. I actually got like a little birdie told me, because a little birdie saw it, and the little birdie told me that it's awesome.
That's good.
So I'm looking forward to that. And I'm also looking for, there's a series coming out on HBO. If anyone was a fan of Watchmen, that movie that came out about the graphic novel, if anyone remembers Watchmen, well, HBO has taken on a new series called Brooklyn, and it's basically the continuation of Watchmen, and it's going to be a series on HBO. That is going to be awesome. Regina King.
Yeah, that should be nice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Adam, for you? Oh, you already said. I'm sorry. Did you already say?
Yeah. No, thanks for paying attention, Steve. I love it. The last episode comes out so strong. I love it.
Well, listen. As always, thank you all for letting us know what to spend our money on and what not to. And I wish you both a very Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and look forward to 2019 working with you all.
Absolutely. I appreciate you both, man.
All right. Y'all take care.
Yeah, most of us do. All right.
All right. Good night.
All right.
Right back after this.
Music Machine. Lyrics.
This that thing right here, K.
Yeah, boy.
Word. Look.
Do you think?
Look. The product of housing tenements. Try blending with the innocent. It's to the moon like we chasing stars. Drinks in the air, we about to raise the bar. How Valerian can speak it, then can't eat with us. Dwayne Martin, these niggas is just some seat fillers. Teach, level up, there, see the growth. Cryptocurrency, bitcoins, to who need the most. Look. Was quick to want squeeze the toast. These days, got my bread till I see a loaf. Greedy, couple plates, we gon' eat the most. Point game, if we trail, at least we keep it close. Sipping toast, sipping in moderation. It was written in a proclamation. My obligation to the fairest the will. Give food for thought till they cherish the meal. Swerve it and pill. Chicks, notice the squad. I ain't talking foreign exchange when I study abroad. Know the facade. Got us lunching up an Olive Garden. Talking about portfolios and profit margins. We done finally reached the pinnacle. Without compromising the principles. Life good, overseas, different interviews. Back then, used to do it for the minimum. We done finally reached the pinnacle. Without compromising the principles. Life good, overseas, different interviews. Back then, used to do it for the minimum. Deep slumber, sleep till we see numbers. In a vision, seen it like Steve Wonder. Each summer hit a monetary apex. Lifestyle's much more than having safe sex. Strategic talks, dudes who don't pay chess. That's starving, only getting a taste test. Put the thesaurus, finish wines imported. Learn the game from ballers that stay scoreless. Rap we paint portraits. Spitting riddles like we socially awkward. Pyrex jaws to the corporate office. Catapulted movements was flawless. We about to take a sabbatical. Got the brand, the crown's just collateral. We patrolling different avenues. Life's a bitch, used to wanna marry you. Look, it's kinda hard to think practical. Figure simple to new rational. Lack of aptitude, now me down the Georgia Shore. Authoritative, if you spill it, then it's word be law. Coded language, shit you never heard before. Verbal onslaught, like what do you wanna hurt me for? Dig, I'm a lyrical enthusiast. Mumble rap, me these niggas with a crucifix. We used to listen with exuberance. Think they bars coming from a lack of tutelage. Throwing jabs like a pugilist. Not the best, I suggest you go review your list. We done finally reached the pinnacle. Without compromising the principles. Life good, overseas, different interviews. Back then, used to do it for the minimum. We done finally reached the pinnacle. Without compromising the principles. Life good, overseas, different interviews. Back then, used to do it for the minimum.
We're finally here.
Talk to him, K.
We're finally here.
Boy, lyrics, man. K Black the music machine.
We're finally here.
Feeling We're finally here. Oh yeah.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. Jack Frost nipping at your nose. Yuletide carols being sung by a choir. Folks dressed up like Eskimos. Everybody knows a turkey and some mistletoe. Oh yeah, help to make the season bright. Oh, tiny tots with their eyes on a glow will find it hard to sleep tonight. They know that Santa's on his way. He's bringing lots of toys and goodies on his sleigh. And every mother's child is gonna spy to see if reindeer really know how to fly. So I'm offering this simple phrase to kiss from 1 to 92. Oh, although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas to you. They know that Santa's on his way. Yeah, he's bringing lots of toys and goodies on his sleigh. Hey, and every mother's child is gonna spy to see if a reindeer really know how to fly. And so I'm offering this simple phrase, hey, to kiss from 1 to 92. Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas to you, to you, to you,
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's the First Lady Faith Evans, and you're listening to the Stephen Knight Show.
Welcome back to the Stephen Knight Show. Aaron Cosby, how's it going?
Hey man, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, happy
I'm
holidays
excited.
to you. Yeah, can you believe it? Next week is Christmas. That's crazy.
Amen. Amen.
Do you have a lot of
The
gifts to
year
get?
is almost over.
I know. Yeah.
They just go faster and faster.
It does. They said as you get older, the years fly by. But yeah.
It was so slow when we were kids. Wasn't it?
Uh-huh.
It was like-
It sure was.
It was just a snail's pace.
Right.
Now it's just Sonic.
Mm-hmm.
The Hedgehog is just flying by.
This is true.
So you got any plans? For
Yeah, I'm
Christmas?
actually.
Are you going out of town? You staying in the A? Like,
No, I'll be in Virginia with my family, and then I'm going to New York for New Year's Eve.
oh, so are you going to do the actual
No.
Times Square?
No, no.
Dang, you shut that down.
I ain't doing all that.
Okay.
Yeah. What about you?
Ooh, I will be. Oh, this is breaking news.
Mm-hmm.
I will be in Atlanta.
Oh, for real? Okay. How long are you here?
Yes, I'll be in Atlanta all week. So I'll be there. Yeah, from like I guess Monday till like Saturday. So.
We have to link up, yeah, because I leave Sunday, but I'm back in Atlanta on Wednesday. So.
Oh yeah, then bruh, we gotta go to your Mexican
Exactly.
restaurant that I love. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
All right. Well, I look forward to it.
Same here.
All right.
Your
Well,
boys won.
Your boys won. They pulled it out. Yesterday.
They did.
They
They did.
Beat the Cardinals 40-14.
The Arizona Cardinals. What was the score?
40-14.
40-14. It wasn't 28-3.
It was not 28-3. It was not 28-3. Did you watch it? What were your thoughts?
I saw like bits of it. If they would have lost to the Cardinals, no disrespect to the Cardinals,
right?
Both teams suck.
Mm-hmm.
Both teams are bad.
Unfortunately,
the Cardinals, I believe, had only won three games up to that point, and the Falcons had only won 4. So they're both bad.
Yeah.
So, but I'm like, okay, Falcons, y'all are at home. The soccer team just won.
Yeah.
Championship. Y'all cannot give an L. Please win this game, man. Like, y'all already sorry, but can we come on? Like, let's get like a 3-game winning streak. Like these last 3 games of the season, come on. You know what I'm saying? Like pride. So I give them credit. Like they won, and they whooped ass. Like it wasn't a little squeaker, a little field goal at the end. It was a nice, solid performance.
Yeah.
Congratulations, 28 threes. Good for them. The Baltimore Ravens. You probably don't keep up with the Ravens, do you? You don't know.
I don't, but they won. Beat the Buccaneers.
Yes, they did.
20-12.
Yes, they did. Look at you. Oh shit! Look at you, sportsman. Okay. All right.
We gotta let our listeners know these scores. Let them know what's going on.
Oh, I'll let you do that then. I'll let you be the score person, and I'll just feed off of.
I'm just supporting you. I'm supporting you.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you.
Did you watch that game?
Okay. I did.
Okay.
I did.
What were your thoughts?
Great game. Jackson is becoming a stud. He, again, to me, is like Michael Vick 2.0.
You said that, yeah.
Yeah, except Vick was able to play in the dome, so there weren't issues with regards to weather, the field being wet,
right,
or anything. Whereas Jackson plays outdoors, so it could be rainy, it could be ice, snow. But he played great. Like they actually, it was in the 40s. It was a cold day. It was a cold game. It was a wet game. The field was kind of soggy, and I I thought that it was going to be a very low-scoring, last-second drive, game-winning field goal type of game. But Jackson and the Ravens, they scored some points, and their defense is solid. And they won by, I believe it was by 8 points.
8 points,
it was a decent, it was a nice, solid victory. So the Ravens right now are in that second wild card spot for the playoffs. They could possibly win the AFC North if Pittsburgh kind of struggles these last couple of games, and if the Ravens win these last couple of games. So it's just keep watching.
Yeah, they still have the chance.
Speaking of Pittsburgh, did you watch the Steelers game yesterday?
I did not.
Did you hear about it?
I heard that they won by 7 points, 17-10 against the Patriots.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tom Brady's magic is kind of fading. He's not the Tom Brady that beat the Falcons in overtime in the Super Bowl when the Falcons had a 28-3 lead. He's not that Brady.
Yeah.
So
how old is he now?
I think he's 40.
40, I think. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, 40. He might be 41.
Okay.
But he's 4. He's definitely 4, I believe. So his body it could just be kind of slowing down for him. But he's still Tom Brady. So,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, he's like, y'all, I'm telling you, do not give up on Tom Brady. Do not think that he is done. He's not done. They're still going to win their division. They're going to be in the playoffs, and they could easily win some games and get to the Super Bowl again. So I don't see it happening, but they could.
But they could, right.
I hope not. I hope that they don't, but they possibly can because, again, it's Tom Brady.
Right.
So, all right. Let's see. Kansas City's playing great ball still. The Rams. Did you watch the game last night, the Sunday night game?
No, I didn't watch it.
Okay.
Let me get the score for you.
Who played?
I can tell you just a second.
Do you know the two teams? It was the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, the Eagles.
And the Eagles Rams.
The Eagles won 30-23.
And the Eagles held on and won.
Yeah. Like the Rams tried in the fourth quarter. They tried,
didn't they? Yeah.
Oh
yeah. They definitely tried, but couldn't quite get the win. And now they are on a 2-game losing streak. Like the Rams lost last week to the Bears, so this is I don't know if it's pull the fire alarm time or anything, which is not. But they lost 2 in a row. But it's better to lose, now as opposed to winning all your games and then getting in the playoffs.
Exactly,
so,
and choking. Exactly.
Yeah, get it on out now. Yeah. And they're still a stud team. I mean, they are hot. They're a hot team. But watch for Philadelphia though. Like it's going to be, I'm saying, between them, Dallas. The Redskins won, but yeah, I'll just say that the Redskins won.
Yeah,
they won. Yeah, but Philly and Dallas to me are going to be the 2 teams that are going to be fighting that last game of the season to be in the playoffs. So.
Okay.
Well, I shouldn't say the playoffs, but to actually win the NFC East. So.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. That's all I got as far as with football. Basketball, Lakers, they're still, they're playing well, but then they lose, and then they kind of win some games, and then they kind of lose.
It's not consistent.
It's still early. It's still early. I'm not really I don't watch the NBA or excuse me, like that until after the All-Star break, which is usually right after the Super Bowl.
That's when they start getting real. Yeah.
But as of as of right now, the Lakers are solid. You got the Warriors, who are still, just the Warriors. And you got the Falcons, who are not the Falcons.
The Hawks.
The Hawks, thank you, who are still the Hawks. And, nothing's really changed. All the teams that are good are still good. All the teams that are great are great. And all the teams that are average are average, and all the teams that suck still
sucking.
Yeah. We'll talk more about the NBA next year.
Yeah,
definitely. I will talk more about it then.
Well, Aaron, as always, we definitely appreciate you. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. I look forward to seeing you next week, and just enjoy your holiday season, your time off.
Same, bruh. Same to you, man. Same to you, and to everybody listening.
Everybody listening, yes.
Happy holidays and Merry Christmas
holidays.
And Happy Kwanzaa and hold on, Kwanzaa, Christmas, Hanukkah.
Yeah.
Happy Hanukkah.
Happy holiday.
And anything else.
Right. Whatever you celebrate, enjoy.
Whatever you celebrate, or if you don't celebrate, that's cool too.
Yeah, absolutely. All right.
All right.
Right back after this.
Have a good one.
You too.
All right.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
This is Miss Parker, and you're listening to the Stevie Knight Show.
What's up, y'all? We are June's Diary, and you're listening to the Stevie Knight Show.
Well, that's our show. I hope you had enjoyed it, and I hope you have a great holiday season. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy New Year, whatever you celebrate. I hope you have an amazing time, and it's just a good time of year for you. We'll be back next year with season 9. Can you believe it? Kicking off late January. So, Merry Christmas, and I'll talk to you soon.
Night as long as on me. Everything's gonna be alright.